Okay, so this one, let's just read the question first. I always read the question first. The author mentions community based management or the development of social norms primarily to what? Okay, so one of the things that I always tell my students is you should figure out what type of question they're asking you to answer, and that will help you plug in the correct strategy. So this is a purpose question. What we're going to do is we are looking through this excerpt for the why, specifically the why about this phrase. So we'll read through it. I already see where the phrase is located within the paragraph, but we do need to understand the context, so let's just read it. The tragedy of the commons describes a situation in which individuals acting independently and rationally according to their own self-interest behave contrary to the collective long-term best interests of the group by depleting some shared limited resource. Garrett Hardin, who popularized the concept, argued that common resources from grazing lands to ocean fisheries are prone to overexploitation without effective governance or regulation. While often cited in environmental contexts, the principle extends to any shared resource where individual incentives clash with collective sustainability, such as public goods or even shared bandwidth. Critics of the tragedy concept often highlight alternative solutions beyond top-down regulation, like community-based management or the development of social norms, suggesting that collective action is not always doomed. Okay, we get a big hint there at the end, right? They interpret this statement for us. Collective action is not always doomed. Okay, so let's just read this sentence again. Critics of the tragedy concept often highlight alternative solutions beyond top-down regulation, like community-based management or the development of social norms. So those are the two suggestions that they mention down here in the author mentions so they're presenting these as alternative solutions to this top-down regulation. So what we can do is now check through the answer choices. So A, support Hardin's original assertion about the necessity of regulation. So we know that these are counterclaims. It's probably not this one. B is illustrate additional examples of common resources. So this would imply that, they're being used in relationship to the author's main claim as opposed to being counterclaim fodder. So let's hold on. I don't really think it's B either. C, undermine the fundamental premise that individuals act in self-interest. This is a highly specific one. D is more what I'm looking for. Present alternative mechanisms that can avert the tragedy of the commons. Okay, I'm going to go with